Actually, how do you usually produce? Do you produce loud or quiet?
I produce actually really quiet. I produce to where I have like between 6 and 9 decibels of headroom on the master. And then I also keep my interface and my headphones quiet because for me anyways, I think this is like a general thing, but I know for me, I hear drastic differences in volumes better at lower volumes than if
Yes.
everything's blasted out. Plus, if you're producing quietly, you can produce for longer before your ears get fatigued, all that.
Hmm. Yeah.
But then I master it in a borderline ignorant way. I've noticed recently that Ableton is really, really lenient with clipping
Hmm.
on the master. Have you noticed that?
To be honest, I have not. Compared to FL, I don't think I've noticed that much of a difference. Is
I
that
don't.
just like without a clipper on the master, you mean?
Yeah, like FL, I feel like in FL, if you export something that's just clipping on the master, like no clipper, no limiter, no nothing, it's just in the red,
Hmm.
you'll get a pretty drastic loss of sound quality way before, like in Ableton. I put a song out recently called Utter Ruination, and
Hmm.
that song was hitting at +9 on the master. It practically didn't have a final clipper or limiter, and because I was having a really hard time getting the drums to poke through.
Yeah.
So eventually I got frustrated and was like, you know what? Turns them up,
Yeah.
turns them up, turns them up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? While we're here, let's just turn the entire mix up. And then I actually just kind of squashed it, but then boosted the output gain on
Hmm.
the last compressor, but then just didn't put any soft clip or any final limiter or anything because I had started reading about all these theories people have. I still haven't come across anything from Ableton that says, "Oh, there's a built-in soft clipper on the master." I like Greg Orleman's Black Octopus Sound made a post
Hmm.
probably about a year ago being like, that's BS. And
Yeah.
I would believe somebody like him because he's very talented at what he does. But a lot of people are very convinced that Ableton has this built-in soft clipper on the master, and
I've heard that. I haven't ever come across anything like
nothing
that.
concrete,
I didn't
right?
think would happen. Yeah, I haven't ever come across anything like that. But I'm usually I'm usually like, okay, I'm in a project. I know what I'm producing. I'm either throwing, Pro L2 or G Clip or Free Clip, whatever I want to do that day on it right away. So I never even get to a point where I probably could like, uh, test that theory.
Yeah, I have been using, so I was big on G Clip.
Hmm.
So Ilgate showed me G Clip way back
Hmm.
in like probably like 2019. And I was blown away at the fact that you could just do that. I thought you had to do, I thought you could, because the way he described it, he was like, yeah, just like on all your buses, you just throw a G Clip on there and da da da. You basically don't even need a master chain. And I was like, what? And then, I didn't understand, for example, the 2x oversample button on G Clip.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you know about have you gone down the oversampling rabbit hole yet?
First time we chatted, you showed me that. Yeah, first time we
Yep,
chatted. Yeah,
that's right, with
yeah.
standard clip.
Hmm.
That sounds kind of on brand for me the last 6 months. Yeah, I've been absolutely obsessed with that because even if you go up to like 64x oversample on like standard clip, you can do some things that other clippers would be like,
Right,
some clippers even have a warning that's like, are you sure you want to do that? But then
right.
not in standard clip. They're like, oh, dude, you want to
We
push
got it.
it 9 decibels over? That's fine. Yeah, it's cool. So, but well, cool, man. So, as far as teaching goes, I know that you, just like everybody on Ascendry, because Ascendry.app is new at this current point,
Hmm.
we're all sort of getting a feeling for how things are going on the platform. And of course, it's been good at times. And like, there have also been times where I want to see if I can make this computer go out this window without actually opening the window first,
Okay,
because of the
okay.
technical difficulties. Like,
Yeah.
so there's been some of that, and thank you for being patient with that.